Okay, so I told you that photosynthesis is with plants. That's how they get their food, how they get their energy. Cellular respiration is for heterotrophs. What does that mean?
You get your own food, you don't make it.
Yeah, you don't make your food, you have to get it from somewhere else. So hetero, what does hetero mean?
One. Yeah.
It means different.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is different. And then trope is just food. So it has to get food from a different source. It's not getting it from itself. So these are like animals that are eating food that's made from something else. We didn't make our own food. But this is how heterotrophs get energy. Okay, does anybody remember the equation for photosynthesis?
It's real long. It's like C6.
Okay, what does it take in? What do we breathe out?
Carbon dioxide.
Takes in carbon dioxide, and then through the roots, it takes in
H2O.
water. And this is in the presence of light, obviously. And it produces glucose, which is C6.
H12 and CO2.
O6, C6H12O6, and then the byproduct is oxygen. That's the photosynthesis equation. The cellular respiration equation is the opposite. You're going to flip-flop it, okay? So we take in oxygen, and we take in the sugar that the plants make, and then we convert that to water and CO2. That's why we breathe out CO2. Okay, so oxygen is important to us, not only for breathing, but it's important for this because it makes the production of ATP more efficient. Okay, so this can be in the presence of oxygen. Okay, if it's in the presence of oxygen, that is going to be aerobic. Respiration. Aero just means air. All right, so this is aerobic respiration. It's in the presence of oxygen. Okay? Now, there is a process where you can get food or you can get energy from food, but it's not in the presence of oxygen. Yeah, anybody remember what that was from the video? Is it anaerobic? Or something like that? Anaerobic. So anaerobic respiration. Okay, an in Latin means without. So without air, without oxygen. And instead of cellular respiration, that process is called fermentation. Where do you know the term fermentation from? Alcohol. Okay, so tell me how alcohol is made.
Well, it basically kind of just sits, and you know how like a certain alcohol sits in a barrel for a certain amount of years before it's sold.
Okay.
So
the barrel's keeping what from it?
Keep it what?
sealed air.
Sealed.
Yeah, it's not letting any more air into it. Okay, so let's think back to the show Moonshiners. I'm sure all of you have seen that, or something similar to it, but that's not the point. So if you think back to that, what do they use to make the moonshine?
A still.
Okay, still. But what do they mix with it? You said corn?
Yeah.
And sugar.
Corn, sugar. What else? If alcohol is exposed to air during this fermentation process, it will turn to vinegar. That's why you're getting that term in there. What else do they have to have in it?
I'm guessing it's some sort of fruit.
Oh, it's
The corn
it's
can be that.
I know what you're talking about.
They use it when they're making beer too.
It's that.
What?
Wheat?
Yeah, like a certain
Yeast.
type of.
Well, yeast.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay, yeast is just a fungus, but
It's a plant fungus.
it has to have sugar to go through this process. So the corn is going to add starch to it. Starches also turn into what? Why can you not have them if you're diabetic? Turns into sugar. So it's just another form of sugar for the reaction. All right, so you have to have sugar and yeast. They also put water in it. You've probably seen that. So they do water and sugar. What does it make? We know it makes what? The end product is what? Huh?
Alcohol.
Yeah, the alcohol. So it'll make an alcohol. Do you know what else it makes?
Fumes.
What are those fumes?
Oh.
Why does beer bubble?
Because.
Yeah, what is it?
Carbon.
Carbon.
Native.
Our favorite little carbon molecule, carbon dioxide. Okay, so any fermentation process, I'm not just talking about when you're making moonshine or beer or whatever. If you're making, if you're going through fermentation in the cells, it will do the same thing. It will take water and sugar, producing alcohol and carbon dioxide. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So that is the anaerobic respiration. This is a secondary respiration. It's a backup respiration if there's no oxygen. It does not produce as much energy. It's not as efficient. The most efficient way is the one that's in the presence of
Light. No, I'm wrong. Oxygen.
air, oxygen. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you a little video, and I've got like a little demo that I'm going to set up in a minute.